Hey guys, we're waiting for our guest. Welcome to Now Let's Talk. I have no right to the song, okay? But that's okay. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hey everyone, how are you? Today, talking to Mr. Dayo about marriage during this day and age, which is this COVID time actually. So before then, how's everybody doing? Welcome back tonight. Let's talk. If you're watching me from the YouTube, please subscribe, become a part of our family. We love some family. We love to be in a community that cares about one of the most important things in our life, which is if you're watching me from Facebook Live, hi everyone. How are you? Thank you so much for your love and thank you for many of you checking up on me just to make sure that I'm okay. That's one of my amazing, amazing friends. Um, we thank God for her life. So we're waiting on Dayo right now. I hope he is getting in shortly. You're in New York, you never know what to expect. And that's where he's from, New York. All right. So while we're waiting on him, let me see if I can just talk a little bit about um, why I'm so passionate and very much emotional about marriage. As a young child, I've always been with both my parents. So to me, that was a norm until I grew up a little bit and started seeing that a lot of people that I call friends, a lot of my friends at the time, they didn't have mom and dads. And that bothered me. I always wondered, how do you not have a mom and dad? I didn't understand that. So I think at the age of, I wasn't up to 13, I was about 12 when my parents wanted me to go back to Nigeria to learn about the culture, know where I'm from, and being the first of five. Um, they needed me to understand the language, understand why we do some things that we do, you know. And getting to Nigeria, I was able to really learn all of that. That really, really helped me a lot. I came back at the age of 15, I think. Came back at the age of 15 and a half. Because not too long after that, I did my sweet 16. My parents saw how respectful and how, oh my God, is this respectful? She sold this, she sold that. And I stayed a year or a year and a half. And my dad was like, okay. And my mom, oh yeah, come on, take all of them back to Nigeria. I want all of my children to learn how to speak the language, understand our culture, and stuff like that. So we went back to Nigeria. And in Nigeria, it was a lot different from here. Because in Nigeria, you should see parents, see their children. I didn't say that their relationship was fantastic, meaning the marriage, but you didn't see that outside. They didn't put that out of that. When they get home, they deal with it. But whether mom and dad was going through some stuff, they were not to school. They came back home. Daddy is respected. Daddy, when dad comes in, everybody disappears. The children. Mom has the food ready, her and the house help and stuff. Table, table is dinner served. So it was just how I knew it in America with my parents. So it was a norm for me. And when I came back, America and saw that there was something wrong with this picture, was the reason why I started building up interests, started learning more why it is the way it is. And one of these days, I'm going to do a video that's going to be so much more deeper than uh, just trying to make marriage work. I'm going to break it down on why what is called deliverance is needed. On our African American culture. I understand what I'm saying. One of these days, I will do a video on that because I was shocked. I came across the Derek, not the Asian one. This one is Caucasian, older, and he said some things that just it blew me away on why a lot of African American marriages are the way it is, and why it's really not working. Why without deliverance it may never work. It may never work. So a lot of times, the many things that marriage are going through, we usually think, oh, it's just, oh, I'm not feeling it anymore, so I'm out. It's not just that, it's so much more deeper than that. I will dig deep into it. I want to be able to get everything together before I really get actually deep in it. I don't know what I'm going to do with Mr. D. Let's see. Let me try to figure out actually what's going on here. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Hey.
Hey, hey, can you hear me?
I don't know. I'm not hearing you. You want to check
You're
your
not hearing?
mic? I'm not hearing you.
It's not muted.
Okay, I hear you. You're fine.
You can hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay, good, good. Here we
I
go.
hope it's clear. How are you? Welcome, 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 welcome.
Good.
You had me going off on a tantrum. You got me. I know I gave them the gist that I really didn't want to put out there yet until I put everything together. But welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm excited.
Thank you.
You
I'm
made
glad.
it home.
Made it. Made
Oh
it.
my. It's just so much going on in New York. I mean, I hope you guys are keeping safe.
We're doing our best. It's
Yeah.
hard, especially when you have the kids and everyone just bunched up in the house. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Is
something
the
brings us
volume
out.
at its highest?
Say that again?
Is the volume of your phone, or are you using a
It's,
laptop? Is it at its highest?
it's at its highest. Does it still sound low?
Yeah. Maybe it's just okay. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. So let me get to my nosy self, but before doing all of that, let me just introduce you.
Okay.
Hello, ladies and gents. How you all doing? What's going on? It's your very own Rashida Omalade Sule. And today I am with my very own, I take him as my little brothers, Mr. D. Daya is a minister of God, is a
Oh,
husband, father, an actor. Yes, brother man can
that's,
dance. And he also is MC of events.
yeah,
Okay, so if y'all ever need a booking, y'all need to call Brother Man because he is amazing.
I got you.
He's also MC of events, and he's also the amazing executive director of GPA
Yeah,
Incorporated. Help me
yeah.
welcome Mr. Dayo.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
you know how I am. You know how I get down. Okay, welcome, Daya. So nosy. I'm
Let's go.
nosy. I want to know anything about anything.
Let's go.
Okay. So how long have you been married?
I've been married. Friday makes 5 years. This Friday makes five
Friday
years.
makes 5 years.
Yeah, May 15th.
How's it been? Y'all still in the honeymoon stage, though. You know what
we still there.
I mean? Mm-hmm. That's honeymoon.
We still there.
Honeymoon stage. How's it
Yeah, it's been
been?
great. It's been great. It's been of course, it's beautiful. It's been challenging. It's
Yeah.
been different, but we're stronger every year.
Yeah.
It's like we get stronger and stronger every year. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Uh,
It's good.
So, so give me that gist. How did you meet your wife? And by the way, she is amazing.
Thank you.
Pick a
She is
better one for
amazing.
you myself. That girl.
How did we meet? This is my story of how we met. She has her own phony version of how we met. But let me tell y'all the truth. I met her. I had came back to New York in 2011, end of 2011, and I was looking for a church. I was trying to find a church that matched what I was getting in California. And I visited churches, was visiting churches, and I was like, this is not doing it for me. I just wasn't getting what I was used to. So I was on the train one day and I saw a friend of mine from middle school, like back in 180, right in Far Rockaway, and was like, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing?" Blah, blah. And he's a minister, and he invited me to a service that they were having at his church. And I was just gonna go just because it was him, but in my head I'm like, man, another church where I'm not gonna find what I'm looking for. Man, I went to this church and that was it. Like I fell in love with the church. I stayed there, and that's where I met. So I met Dawn. So I saw her. She was serving. The first time I ever saw her, she was serving. She was in all
Serving.
black. Yeah, she was serving. That says a lot
Praise
by
God.
itself. She was It was during service, and she was just back and forth, back and so she wasn't hard to miss. She'd be in the sanctuary, out the sanctuary, in the sanctuary, out the sanctuary, bringing stuff in and out,
Busy.
just
Busy doing her thing.
it's busy, and my eyes was just like
Okay.
this the whole time, just watching, like, who is this thing? Who is this person? And then from there, I don't even know how we started talking. Oh, she invited me to a ministry event. She was a singles director, so I was minding my own business after service, and
Mm-hmm.
worship was good. So I'm sitting there reflecting on service. This is my version. Reflecting on the service. Hallelujah. Praise God. Church was good. And I'm just sitting there. And this lady, here she comes and slides and sit next to me and say, "Hey, I need to talk to you." I'm like, "Okay, what's up?" She said, my name is Dawn. I'm the singles director, and we're having this event on such and such. I forgot the date. You should come. I was like, okay, great. She's like, what's your information? I gave her my card, and she texted me and gave me the information.
Mm-hmm.
So the day comes, we get over there, and everyone's already seated, right? Everyone's sitting down. It was where did we go? BBQs on 42nd Street. We went to BBQs.
Okay. That's
So
one of
it
my
was
spots. I love the red.
yeah. That's the spot. Some honey wings. So yeah, we went over there, and all the seats were taken except for the one next to her. So there was a seat next to her taken. I'm like, oh, she's trying to, you know, this was her. What do you mean lies? Listen, if you want to tell your version, you can come on and tell your
What she
version.
gotta say?
let
What?
me tell my version. Let me tell my version. Here she go. I told her to come on. She didn't want to come on. So this is my version. The seat was open enough
Shy.
for me. So of course, that's where I sat. I sat down at the available seat. And she's just talking to me the whole time. I'm like, why is this woman keep talking to me? But you know, it's cool. You know, I try to engage with everybody else, but I was talking more with her. But truth be told, that was the day that I was like, she's really interesting. Like she had my attention from that day, and since then, you know, we
I've just been
text.
talking. She saw that sex most chocolate, and that was it.
That's
Hello. She was like, "Oh, this is it."
it. That's it.
Oh my!
I was
You better go, Dawn. I hope she hear me back. You better go, Dawn.
there. Using her ministry to get her man.
So when did you actually know that she was the one?
It was right around the time I booked my first feature film, my first movie. So we were set up to meet in Bryant Park, and I got called for the audition, and I told her to wait for me while I go audition. I didn't think, I thought it'd be a problem. I thought she said, all right, I'll just catch you another time. She waited. She went to Bryant Park. She did her writing. This is while she was writing her first book. She wrote while I was auditioning. And when I came back out, I was like, you really waited for me. Like you know, I didn't see that coming. So that really touched me. And from there, I noticed every time I needed to print something out, because the actor life is crazy. I may get a text right now, well, not at Corona, but hey, I need you to go audition at 2:30. So I have to go print out this. I have to go get that. I can call her and she'll go do it for me. So she always made it. So her support, the key word for me was support. She supported my vision. She supported my career. She was just very supportive. That's when I was like,
Lord.
what else?
It was a no-brainer.
Oh, that's it. This is it.
I might as well just keep up with this person who just support. My God, you better go, Dawn.
That's it.
You better.
The support did it.
She caught that man like, I ain't gonna let this one go.
Yeah, man.
So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about because I wanted to really talk about marriage, what's really going on out there. And, I just love the fact that though you are a millennial, how you're making this thing work. It just really moves me to see young people that love the Lord, and I know the hustle and the bustle that's in marriage, and the way you guys just make it seem so seamless.
Right.
So I was like, I need to get Dayo on here, so he needs to explain to me what the heck, how he seemed to be keeping it so nice and cool.
Yeah. I don't know how we keep it.
My question for you is, what is your definition of marriage? How have you been able to make this thing called marriage work?
It's marriage for me is about purpose. Any two good looking people can get together. Two attractive people can get together anywhere. But does that make a marriage? A relationship does not necessarily make a marriage. A marriage is birthed out of purpose. When two people who understand their purpose, they know, their gifts, their calling, and they're on a single track, then you're merging those two gifts together, because my purpose and her purpose are very similar. Our gifts are different, but our purpose is very, very similar. And that's, touching people, reaching out to people, just doing the best we can for people. We do it in different ways, but we both have the same goal, the same mindset. And I think that's the key to marriage for me. That's what marriage is. Knowing your purpose, your spouse knowing their purpose, and that's what makes a marriage. Because even on days where we can't stand each other, we have the same purpose.
We have the same purpose. My God, the same goal. Y'all going the same place. That is so awesome. I like that. You better, boy. So what's making what? I guess it would still be the same answer of purpose and understanding that. How did you understand purpose? How were you able to understand that I have a purpose, she has a purpose, this purpose is going the same place? We might as well. How did you know that?
How did I found purpose through pain. right? I found purpose through pain.
Okay.
Yeah, through pain. I think pain and purpose are synonymous. If you ask me, they're on the same lineage. I was out in California, doing my thing, going to school, pursuing acting and doing all this other stuff, and I went through some things. I went through a lot. Was homeless for a little bit, like really, really struggled. And it was through that my pastor who just instilled this thing called purpose in me and talking about why you're created, right? Why were you born? Everyone knows who you are. You know your name, you know you're a male, you're a female, you know this, you know all of that, but why you created? Why are you? And it wasn't until I grasped that my love for people, my love for the youth, those things is what I identified at. Whether I'm high or low, I can do that with my eyes closed. I still have a passion for that. Whether I'm angry or sad, whatever my feelings are, because feelings are, we can't trust our feelings. Some days they're up, some days they're down, but purpose is consistent, right? We may be high, we may be low. Purpose is over. It doesn't move.
Purpose is
What you
consistent.
were born to do doesn't change because of how you feel. So
Wow.
every day I was pushed by my pastor to still minister to the youth, right? Still minister in church, still help people. And in that,
What you've gone through.
no matter what I'm going through, right? But what I found out was even when I was going through those hard days, it was those things that kept me up. Helping people, I didn't realize helping the youth made me happy. Helping people, kept me up. It was days where I had $0 and you couldn't tell because I was working my purpose. So
Ooh,
that's the beauty of it. That's what purpose is for me. Knowing why you were created.
wow. That is deep. Is that why you started, is it GPA?
Yes, GPA, the Gifted and Purposed Alliance.
Fine. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So it came from this learning purpose from my past out there in California. Um, I wanted to help the young people. Like I always said, when I get back home to Rockaway, to New York, how can I help young people? Number one, find out what their gifts are, and number two, avoid some of the struggles that I had to endure. Because there's a way to go about this where you don't have to live in your car. You don't have to live check by check. You don't have to struggle that much. How can we curb, that learning curve? So in my car, sleeping in my car, I was living in LA at the time. I was in the back of my car when I got this revelation. So I'm sleeping. I'm in the back of my car, my '95 Lexus, and and it was like a pure revelation. God just basically showed me pouring into young people and helping them discover what took me, up until 18, 19 to discover. So if I can help young people who are 10, who are in middle school or high school, find out their gifts and show them you can earn a living doing what you love. That's the GPA model. Live what you love. Get paid to do what you love doing.
I love it, and I love it. When I look at your Instagram, when I look at those pictures,
Yeah.
I'm like, for a young guy like you to have gotten that like so long ago, and you're literally walking in that purpose that God has called you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just phenomenal. It's just amazing.
Thank
And
you.
I pray that, you know, people that are either looking at this right now can literally reach out to you,
Mm-hmm.
um, and we can give that information later so
Of
that they
course.
can learn and understand that they are here today, not by chance,
No.
but on purpose, for a purpose.
On purpose. There's no
You
accident.
understand?
No, there's no
So thank you
accident.
so much for that explanation.
Absolutely.
Um, would you also say that marriage is everything that you had hoped for? Now that you've been married 5 years, you know, some people growing up, they're like, oh, this is what my marriage is going to be like when I grow up.
Right.
You know,
Right.
has it been everything? Has it been more? Has it been like, oh my, this is an eye opener? Like, what in the
It,
world?
it's been all of that. It's a gumbo. Everything put in one. It is.
In 5 years.
Everything I thought it was gonna be. No. Let me be honest. It hasn't been because you're talking about two entities that are merging, two
Right.
different people who are now living in the same. You see, when you're dating, you have the option of, I don't want to talk to you for the next few days. You can do that. But when you're married, we gonna talk. We gotta get through it. We gonna bump it.
Okay.
You mad at me? I'm mad at you. Guess what? I gotta see you in the morning. I have to see you in the living room. I have to see you in the kitchen. I have to see you in the bedroom. So at some point, we gotta talk about this and get it
You
off
might
our
as
chest,
well.
figure it out. So
I love it.
so
I love it. You caught
it's
that real early, so you're not the type who, when y'all going through where you just out. I can't deal with this. Like I just gotta go. I'm out.
nah. We gotta talk. Let's talk. Let's get it out. I don't like for things to fester. I don't like leaving things to fester and 10 days later we're talking about something that, wait, I forgot about that. Why are we talking about that? That is not my, no. It happened today. Let's talk right now. Get it out. Even if we,
Wow, that is fantastic.
yeah, even if we
I
agree to
like that. They
disagree.
just don't want to deal with stuff.
Nah,
Were you always like that?
I grew into that. I was always growing up, I was more, I didn't want to offend people. So I would keep things in just so, because I know once I unleash, I didn't have the maturity to say things, and I would just say, if I'm mad, okay, this is how I feel. And then I've seen what it's done to people. And I hate that feeling. So growing up, I would always keep things in just so I don't offend you.
So you don't.
But I had to grow into, no. We got to put this thing out on the table, because I'm letting it fester and it's bothering me. It's eating me up inside. And now it's affecting our relationship, whether that's a friend, a family member, whoever it is. It wasn't until I got to, it was like 18, 19, my college years. That's when I just evolved into, look, we're going to talk whether you like it or not. If you're not going to speak, I'm going to speak and get it out. You can be quiet if you want to.
If you ain't gonna say that, I'm gonna say something until
I'm
you
going to say
say something.
something. I'm going to say something. Yeah.
That
So,
is fantastic.
yeah.
That is fantastic. So let's get into the children's now, because I know you have a teenage son, and then you have two amazing. And please forgive me, because this is what I call my kids, Tasmanian angels. That's what I call my babies. Oh wow, I can't see you. What's going on? Okay, there we go. Okay, you're out again. Hello. I don't know. We don't see you, D. Hello, hello. I don't know what just happened. Is he here? Yeah, that's that bad connection. I don't know what's going on with it over there. I guess we can try to wait and see if he'll come back. You guys just have to see his two little girls. They are just so fantastic. Like they run the place. I just wanted to talk a little bit more about that. They run the place. Dayo, are you still there? Should I just? Okay, I think something is coming through. Welcome back. Oh wow, you guys are this network in New York. What is going on? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I cannot hear you. Check, check your mic. Everything is good over here. I don't know why I can't hear you. Did you want to get out and come back in? Do you hear me? You hear me? I just can't. Okay, I can't. I don't know why. Okay. 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 I guess you're correct then. I cannot hear. All right. I hope you guys are enjoying Mr. Daya Olatoko. Um, he lives in New York, actually. That's where I used to live. I've known him since he was about, ooh, since he was about maybe brother, like best of friends. And I just love the way that we grow up to be that. Okay, let's see. Uh,
Are we
welcome
good?
back. Yeah,
Okay. Can you hear me?
yeah. I hear you. Yeah.
Good, good. All right.
I was just talking about how I know you since you were like about 6, and you and Moses are like the best of buddy buddies.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, still are. Still are.
Uh,
Inseparable.
I know.
We are
So
inseparable.
yeah, talk to me about your Tasmanian angels and how they the ruler of things, and how how has that changed the marriage? But how were the babies?
The babies are good. The babies are growing. The babies are too smart for their own good.
That's what
They
you get
know
for
it
having
all.
2 girls
They, right. What,
back to back.
but,
Oh Lord.
the
But one
ultimate
thing
thing
I
is
love
that
about the Lord is He said He ain't gonna give you more than you can bear. So you're gonna be fine.
at some point,
You're
at
gonna
some
be
point,
fine.
I'll be all right. I'm making it. I'm making it. But yeah, they're great. They're incredibly intelligent. They're sometimes too smart for their own good, and it's just especially Hope. Hope is very smart, and you know those kids that are
The
like
second one.
ultra. Yes, the ones that are ultra intelligent. They just their emotions are all over the place. She's very emotional, very intelligent, and just very loving. All in one.
Oh, all of
All in
that in
one.
one.
All of that in one. And
Oh
then there's
Lord.
Destiny, the baby. She's that's the mean one. Destiny's the one that'll look at you. You say hi, Destiny, and she
That's the one that looked like you.
just look just I'm not mean. I may look mean, but I'm not mean at all. Destiny's mean.
That's the one I was looking at her face the other day. I was like, oh my God, this is so dire. This is so dire.
Crazy.
Okay, I'm
Crazy.
not gonna take too much of your time, but what would you how would you what would you say has happened to the marriage since, before COVID-19 and now in COVID-19? What has been your experiences?
My experience has been the homeschool aspect because they're home all day. It's one. Okay, so first thing, just parenting, being a parent changes the dynamic of a marriage, right? Because all the attention now shifts towards them. So we kind of like lose ourselves in the day to day of the pampering, the feeding, the providing, the food, everything is about them. You kind of lose
Wash your
sight of each
clothes, clean
other.
that house. Oh, God.
Everything but the marriage, everything but you guys. So then you have COVID-19 where, okay, great, we're all home, but the attention is even more so on them now because there's no school, there's no daycare. These kids, I don't know about everybody else's kids. My girls get up at 5:30 or 6 o'clock and they're up. I don't
Oh,
mean
what?
up in the morning. They're up. Like, let's go. Yeah, yeah. Let's
When
daddy,
do they go to
daddy,
bed at
let's
night?
go. They go to bed pretty early. Destiny, she's clockwork. Destiny go to bed 8:30, and she's gone. Hope, you have to. It's a fight. It's a tug of war. Hope is like me. She likes being up. I'm a night owl. So if you leave Hope alone, Hope could stay up till 12 midnight, one
Wow.
o'clock before she goes to sleep. Yeah. So we force her to sleep by like 9. So
Wow.
5:30, 6 o'clock, Destiny's up first, and then Hope wakes up, and it's now the school activities we have to have to do with them. All of their schoolwork. So that aspect is like all sunrise to sunset is the children,
Wow.
except for when I tell you it's nap time. Except for nap time and when they go to sleep, it's all the kids.
Wow. So how do you guys get that real quick one in, or just try to make something happen?
I don't know. I don't know. It's each day is different. Some days it could be, as soon as they sleep, as soon as they take a nap, Let's go. Boom. Like, let's go. This is our time. The clock is ticking though. Let's go. You know, there's that, or there's sometimes we gotta wait until they're asleep. But some days when we went to their sleep, you know, I could look over and Dawn is knocked out. So it's each day is different. Each day is different, man.
I'm just making it work.
We just making it work. You know, we try to be smart and try to have like a schedule. We try to be real mechanical about it. It didn't work at all because every day is different. Every day is just so different. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I just love the way that I sense this from you, that you're really, really helping out. You're not saying this is a woman's thing, this is what you're supposed to do, and stuff.
No.
I'm seeing a lot that has been really damaging marriages, where
Absolutely.
men just sort of kind of feel like that's your job, that's your place, you take care of that.
Right.
What do you think about that?
I totally disagree with it. Yes, at the end of the day, we're men and women, and I'll get to that. There are some traditional men and women roles, I would say, that I still believe in. But when you're talking about raising a family, that stuff is intertwined. There's some days where I'm doing more cleaning than she is because we have to realize this. We're not in the old ages where the man worked and the woman stayed at home.
Right.
Both parents are working. So I realized quick, if she's at a job the same amount of time that I am, and I feel how I feel when I get home, how does she feel? To now have to get her stuff off and now cook, and then the children, and then no, it's gonna wear her out. It's a reality. She's not home all day. She's working, so naturally she's exhausted. She's tired. So I realized that was one of our where we crossed paths early, because I just didn't realize it. I'm like, come on now, why don't you want to, spend some time with me, or why don't you? She's like, dude, I am tired.
I'm
And it was
tired.
like, oh, why didn't you just tell me that you need help? She's like, why should I have to tell? And we're now arguing over something right. We're now arguing over something that simply was a conversation. She straight told me, like, honestly, honey, I'm just so tired. I don't want to do anything else. Then it's okay. So what can I do? Let me do the dishes. Let me do this. Let me do that. Just to take a load off for you because you're working just as much as I am. So when it came to the children, it was, how are we going to split this up? Okay, sometimes I got to wash the bottles, right? Sometimes I have to do. I just found asking her what does she need help with? That changes everything.
Oh my!
It changes everything, and I have no problem with that. I wash the kids, I bathe the kids. I wash the kids every night, just so at that point she can just go either eat, sleep, kick back, do whatever she needs to do because she deals with them. Yeah,
I
so
hope men are listening. I pray they are listening, because this is what I say a lot: is communication is key.
It's key.
I'm telling you, because she's literally looking at like, dude, it's common sense. At least you ask her, and she'll let you know. Thank you so much for that, because we talk about this all day long. God just be feeling, why can't she just? And even some women, you would still ask, and they'll be like, look, okay, I'll get to it, and never get to it.
And never get to it. I'll speak it from two perspectives. From the woman's perspective, to anyone listening, say what's on your heart. Say that you need help, and be specific. Hey, can you help me do this? Can you help? One of the things I told her when I was working at my old job, I said, text me a list of things you couldn't get done before I got home. So when you're feeling tired, just stop. Because what she used to do was try to get everything done before I got home and exhaust herself. So I said, when you start feeling tired, just stop. Text me everything, so on my way home, I see it. So before I sit and relax, I know, okay, dishes, I got to go do the dishes. I got to go wash the bottles. So I just pick up from where you left off. So that's from the woman's perspective. Say what you need. From the male's perspective, let's put it like this. If both of you are working and you want her to do everything, tell her to quit her job. Tell her to quit her job.
And you pay for everything. If your income can sustain your lifestyle, tell her to quit her job. Because at the end of the day, you're benefiting from the check she's bringing home too. So even at that, you haven't even touched the surface. Even at that, that man hasn't even touched the surface of what a woman has to do all day.
All day. All
All
day.
day.
I didn't
You
know.
see it. I mean,
I didn't
you're
know.
working. You're in the home
Yeah.
with two of your babies,
Right.
and you see how the both of you guys are still doing it, and it's still not completely
Right.
done.
Right.
It's a
Right.
lot of work. Thank you
Right.
so much for that. I appreciate you. So,
Absolutely.
my next question for you is: as a man who is okay, who
Right.
is charismatic, you're fun to be around. How do you protect yourself from all the hound dogs? The hound dogs out
The
there.
hound dogs. That's what we calling them. These are her
They
words,
not
not
but a
mine.
hound
I
dog.
didn't call you from the hound dogs. Honestly, I'm so occupied mentally with trying to provide. We have a business. We both have a bit. Like all of those things is like there's not even room to think about all of that stuff. That's just being honest. Like stuff is happening. We have stuff to do, and my mind is not even there. But whenever it does come about, I honestly, I one of the things I say is I always say thank you, and let it be known. I'll wave like this. I wave with this finger, like this hand, just so they can, hey, how you doing? So you can see, all
Like
right,
they
I'm
said.
married. If that doesn't work, I always keep it polite. Oh, thank you, I appreciate it, but I'm married. So you have to, make it clear, keep it moving.
Oh my. I
Yeah,
love that. That's exactly what it is when you're busy. When you're not busy, when you're seeing all kind of things.
you have the
Stop
room.
wandering around.
Right.
Oh Lord, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you.
No doubt.
So, Dada, what would you say about, you know, marriages today and the things that are going on? Why is there so many divorces out there now? What is going on? What do you think is going on?
Here's what I think. I think people are entering into marriages, and we did this too, entering marriages with the idea of a marriage is supposed to be this, it's supposed to be that, the
Right.
husband is supposed to do this, the wife is supposed to do that. Let me dispel all of that now. No one is supposed to do anything. You Let's stop that nonsense. No one's
I
supposed to
love
do
that.
anything. Where it goes back to what I talked about with purpose. Where are her strengths? Where are your strengths?
Right.
When you know those two, it's hard for you to cross paths, because
Right.
if you're expecting him to do something he doesn't have the capacity to do, you're always going to end up in disappointment.
Right.
If you're expecting her to do something she does not have the capacity to do, you're always going to end up in disappointment. So I always say to people, you have to know yourselves, know each other. I know me. I know, like we talked about, when there's a conflict, let's talk.
Talk.
She's not,
Open
she
your
wasn't
mouth.
right. Open your mouth. She's a totally different dynamic. She would hold it for a little bit, be distant. And then so we had to find a common ground. I had to tell, okay, that's how you used to sweeping things under the rug. Cool. That's how you do things. Let's figure out what works better for the both of us. That worked for you when you were single. This worked for me when I was single. What works for this unit? And that
Right.
simply, sometimes it's a text message. What she would do now is, instead of talking, she would send me a text message and list everything that's bothering her.
Yes. Oh, come
This
on,
way
John, you better
from
go. That's what
this
I
way
do.
for me is I can just read it. Oh, okay, it's this. Okay. So when I said this, she thought I meant, okay, now I can correct
Wow.
what she misunderstood or what I did that was wrong. So that little aspect right there kind of changed the dynamics of our communication, which helped us a lot. But again, we're two different people. Me, I'm very outgoing. She's not. I can't expect her to be just as outgoing as I am. I used to be like, why you not? Why you being shy? Why you doing this? And she's like, I don't want to. I don't want to. I just don't want to. Mr. Man, leave me alone, please. Like, I just don't want to. you know. So I had to mature into learning she is who she is, and I just have to leave that alone. She had to learn I am who I am. Just leave him alone. When Dayo's acting crazy, doing his, being as, nutty as it, leave him alone. She used to try to bring me down and cool me down from. I'm like, ma'am, it's not working. It's not
not
gonna
gonna
work.
work.
After a while, she's like, when he's in that space, just let him be.
Just let him
And
go.
that was a huge, turnaround for us. So yeah, drop the expectations of what a marriage is supposed to be.
Right.
No two marriages are alike. My
Right.
marriage is not the same as your marriage. Your marriage is not the same. We're different people.
Right.
And until we learn to understand that we are different people and respect each other's differences, yeah, we'll always have a problem.
Always be a problem. Oh wow, I love that explanation. Thanks so much for that. So
Of
I guess
course.
that would be your advice to couples that are struggling out there is for them to communicate.
Communicate.
Say
Talk it
something.
out. Talk
Yeah.
it out. Talk it out. Because the person you married at the altar is not the same person that he is or she is 5-10 years from now. Every so often we're evolving. Like we're all constantly growing. Yes, we live together, we love each other, but we're growing constantly. My mindset is not the same as it was when we first married. So we have to yearly for our anniversaries. My pastor told us this. We have to do mental checks. Where are you mentally? Where are you mentally? Like what's within the last year? So much has happened. You're probably not thinking the same way that you used to. So if I'm holding you to expectations of what you used to do or how you used to do things, I'm constantly going to expect that. But you probably evolve from that and do things that look. So we have to talk that out. Where are you? Every year, where are you? Yeah. So I don't want to keep rambling, but yeah.
That is fantastic. Okay, so my God. Ooh, I got a lot of juices from this
Go
interview.
ahead.
Thank you
I'm here.
so much.
Let's talk it out. Let's go. Let's go.
I
Let's
appreciate
do it.
it. So my thing is, when COVID is over, it's looking like a vacation for you guys. Kids go to school, huh?
Absolutely. They gotta go. They gotta go. Open up the first things they need to open up is not business. They need to open up the schools. These kids gotta get out of here, man. Bye-bye.
Oh, so you guys are appreciating teachers like everybody else. Like we
I
appreciate y'all
respect
teachers.
teachers on a whole nother level. A whole nother level now. Thank you for watching my kids for 6
Oh
hours out of
my.
the
Oh my.
day.
Oh my. So
Seriously.
Mr. D, let the people know how they can find you. They need you for, let's say, events or to talk to you about your non-profit organization. How can they be a blessing to that? Yeah, let us know.
Definitely, thank you. For me, Instagram, Facebook is all at Dayo Olatoku. DayoOlatokun, both on Instagram and on Facebook. That's if you need me for emceeing an event, stuff like that for acting purposes. All of that is on my personal page, my first and last name. For GPA, for my nonprofit, you can either go to the website, gpainc.org. gpainc.org, or the Instagram page is at GPA Incorporated. So, and you can donate.
Thank you
You
so
can
much.
donate.
So here, there we
Yeah.
go, guys. You guys have heard from Dayo himself, young, amazing,
Thank you.
entrepreneur, all that good stuff. Daddy,
Thank you.
husband,
Thank you. Thank you.
mentor, everything amazing. I'm so proud of him. So
Thank you.
when you give me his information, try to get in touch. He is a phenomenal,
Thank you.
phenomenal MC. I highly recommend it.
Thank you.
Not only
Thank you.
just do the English version, but he'll give you an Nigerian. He is actually, you forget to tell her where you're from.
I'm from Nigeria. I thought they knew this. I'm sorry. I'm from Nigeria. I'm green, white, green. What's that?
And your wife?
My wife, oh, she's from the Bronx.
Bronx, just like that. She American.
She's from the Bronx. She boogie down Bronx. It's a Bronx Nigerian
Bronx.
connection.
Thank you guys so much. Dayo, once again, I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so.
Please subscribe.
If you are married, we have a private Facebook area where you can actually come into, which is Married Let's Talk. It's all down there in the comment section. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take care. Dayo,
Thank you
any
for
last
having me.
words? Or that's
Appreciate
it?
it. Last words. Any last words? Love each other, know each other, speak to each other. That's it.
Please tell Dawn I will be catching her.
Dawn,
She will
she
be
said
next.
she's gonna
Okay,
catch you,
Dawn.
and you gotta come
You,
on.
Big Rashida gonna come looking for you. Rashida gonna come looking for you.
You hear that? She's laughing. She's a little bit laughing.
All right, take care.
All
Have
right.
fun, guys.
Talk to you later.
God
Peace.
bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.